It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce our honorary degree recipient. He is most deserving, and I consider him to be a personal friend and dedicated member of our community. Dr. William Heyen has been associated with the College of Brockport for more than 50 years as a student, professor, student-athlete, poet in residence, and emeritus. Bill's impact to our college community cannot be easily measured. I would refer you to the biographical material in your programs. He has had a most distinguished career. I now invite Dr. William Heyen to come forward to receive the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters from the State University of New York. I would ask Scott Turner, the chair of our College Council, to accompany us. Bill, you're right here. Abbreviated version of the citation. You are a professor, poet, and scholar whose commitment and contributions to the College at Brockport reflect a life dedicated to education, to artistry, and to critical thought. You served as a senior Fulbright lecturer in Germany and have won awards from the National Endowment for the Arts, Guggenheim, the American Academy, and the Institute of Arts and Letters, and more. You are the author of more than 30 books. I won't read those all today. Your writing has appeared in hundreds of anthologies and periodicals. You exemplify excellence at the College at Brockport. You have enriched our campus and enlightened our students. The State University of New York is proud to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
President Halstead, platform guests, families and friends by the thousands, faculty, and especially the class of 2011. I'll make this short. I had a perfect 8 to 10 minute crafted speech ready, but I'll cut it way down to a couple of minutes. I will say a couple of things. And let me say this. If you want, my email address is whayen@rochester.rr.com, and I'll send you the poem I was going to read at the end for the 175th anniversary and this well-crafted speech. Anyway, I'm interested in these commencement addresses as a genre, and I think that within that comes some kind of advice. I'm pretty daunted when it comes to advice. I'm lucky enough to get one foot in front of the other myself. But anyway, listen, here's the end of a book-length poem by Robert Penn Warren. He says, "Tell me a story. In this century and moment of mania, tell me a story. Make it a story of great distances and starlight. The name of the story will be time, but you must not pronounce its name. Tell me a story of deep delight." So here today in the Brockport rain and in the middle of this field, we're all part of the Brockport story. The poem that I might send you has to do with how, even when we're away from here, we will be here. Just this, my own briefest story, which connects with you. When I was a senior in high school on Long Island in 1957, my basketball, soccer, and baseball coach came up to me and said, "Billy, you ever think of going to college?" And I said, "Well, not really, coach, you know." But he took me and two friends up to see Brockport play West Point in soccer. I was hooked. I interviewed in New York City with Brockport's staff, and managed to get in. I'd never seen my hardworking folks read a book. We had no art in the house. I was the first one in the family to go to college, and I've just stumbled along luckily all the way. I had 6 words of advice for you. First 3, then 2, then 1. I'll just get to the 2. When Archibald MacLeish was here, he'd served as Assistant Secretary of State during World War II. And forgive me, I forgot to say that that coach of mine was from Rochester. had been a vet of the Pacific War, had been at Iwo Jima for 10 days before and 10 days after the flag raising at Mount Suribachi. And it was because of him, Thad Millars, that I'm standing here today. Anyway, Archibald MacLeish said, "The trick in life is not just to survive. Most of us, with luck, can get along and survive." He said the most important thing is to make life. I've always remembered that. Make life. Create. Add to the world's store of joy. Don't just sit back. Make of daily life a responsibility, what the poet Charles Olsen calls a dignity and a sufficiency. We need your ideas and vitality and good works. How proceed in this with confidence? How to do good things with confidence? Listen to Kabir, a poet of old Persia. He says, "Everyone is looking for the great ruby. Some say it is in the east. Some say west. Some say you will find it among primal earth rocks. Some at the bottom of the sea." But Kabir's instinct told him it was inside himself, and he wrapped it up carefully in his heart cloth. So wrap your faith and your powers in your heart cloth. Maybe the greatest poet who ever lived, Walt Whitman, said, "Dismiss whatever insults your own soul. Today, tomorrow, every day, as best you're able, do what you can for you and for your Brockport heritage. Make life." Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill, so much for your words of inspiration, and you are so deserving of this honorary degree. You are indeed our poet laureate of the College of Brockport.